Hey, it's Tigman. Time for this week's edition of the Metal Box, our weekly discussion on all things hard rock and heavy metal. This week we're talking about the passing of drummer Vinnie Paul of Pantera and HELLYEAH, who we lost sadly back on June 22nd. Died in his sleep at his home in Las Vegas. He was only 54 years old. Big Pantera fan. Vinnie Paul, an awesome drummer. Got to see Vinnie Paul and Pantera many times over the years, whether it was back in the early 90s, opening for Skid Row on tour, or headlining on the Far Beyond Driven tour with special guest Typo Negative, another great tour that I got to see with those guys. And I got to see HELLYEAH a bunch of times in recent years in concert at the local clubs in the area. Good times, and it's sad to hear that Vinnie Paul is no longer with us. A few months back, I spoke with guitarist Dave Sabo of Skid Row, and we talked about tours that Skid Row did. And he actually said that touring with Pantera was the best tour that the band ever did. Check it out right here.
Out of all the tours that we've done, and Aerosmith was after Motley Crue, and that was just amazing, and they were, it's unbelievable to us. But the touring with Pantera was my favorite tour that we've ever done.
Good times.
Oh man, it was just lifelong brothers, man, and it was great. It was our first headlining tour. So that was huge for us, and we got to choose the band, and they accepted when we asked them, and we just not only became bigger and bigger and bigger fans of them, but just our friendships, that have existed to this day. And Phil Anselmo is just one of my brothers, and Rex and Vinnie too. Vinnie and I are distant from one another, because I managed down. I believe that's why. But I love the guy. I love the guy nonetheless. And of course, Dimebag. I mean, it's just he was just such a larger than life person, and just had we had so much fun together. He had such a great impact on all of our lives. They all did, and just that was definitely the best tour that we've ever been a part of.
R.I.P. Vinnie Paul. That'll do it for this week's edition of the Metal Box. Thanks for tuning in. The rock and roll limo has arrived. We'll see you next week.